important. Ranks are very important. My dad used to say, you may not respect the man, but respect the rank and salute the rank that comes along with it. And so you can see there on your screens. It's a national assignment, if you will, that is being carried out as we speak, and they're driving through the principal streets of Accra just to go and lay the fallen heroes to rest and make sure that everybody is properly catered for. It's a sad day indeed, very, very sad day indeed. It should spark the conversation about ending illegal mining, or galamsey as we call it. It should encourage us, it should embolden us to be very determined in trying to stamp illegal mining, right in the face and stop this, as we think, not to play games with it, not to toy around with it, because we have seen the effect. These gentlemen were going on a national assignment to create alternatives that will stop illegal mining, and they met their death. It means that if there hadn't been any form of illegal mining, I'm not sure they would have congregated or sought to have congregated in Obuasi to say that we want to stop this portion.
Exactly, Johnny, and this should be the beginning of the end of the illegal mining menace. Just yesterday, you saw a standoff between the illegal miners and security personnel.
That's right.
It means that they are not even ready to stop this, and I think this will mark a turning point in Ghana's fight against illegal mining. And one of the most striking parts of the state funeral was the sermonette by Apostle Brigadier General Kumi Wood,
Right.
the Director General of Religious Affairs of the Ghana Armed Forces, and the sermon after the last was saying that death is not the end and that there is a life beyond the grave.
It is indeed, and for me, these individuals, and I knew now Wing Commander, not Squadron Leader. I knew him as Squadron Leader, but now Wing Commander, and I knew him very well. We used to hang out, Giovanni and I, and he was a very, very nice gentleman. Very, very nice gentleman who, I knew Comrade Mutala very, very well. I knew Dr. Mani Boma very, very well. And they were nice gentlemen. Nice gentlemen that you couldn't corrupt. Nice gentlemen that you couldn't influence in the wrong way. Nice gentlemen that you couldn't convince to do wrong, no matter what it was. And for us as a country to have lost people like this, it's quite painful, very, very painful.
Skilled and experienced.
I mean,
personnel.
I'm just here thinking how much it takes to train a pilot, how much it takes to train a commissioned officer, how much it takes. Mutala, for example, not so long ago, got a PhD after 4 years from the University of Ghana, got it just in February of this year, and by August, it's gone. It heads to a certain different level and different core that if you don't pay attention to it, you may gloss over it. But it also tells us that if you, as a citizen of the Republic, volunteer your services and you remain patriotic, the nation will honor you. Today they are being honored. 5 of them are not military personnel, but they are being given a full military burial. We should tell the younger generation that this is indeed service that you must be proud and bold and brave enough to give to your country so that you're rewarded.
And for most of them, they even did put their country first, even before their families.
That's right.
And it's a call to duty,
That's
a call
right.
to be patriotic to the country, Ghana.
So there we have it. You can see on your screen there the regimental band playing some martial music as we get ready, and this should be at the military cemetery, and some martial music being played. And usually on such occasions you would hear a lot of martial music and alternative dirges, and they would be weeping, but soldiers don't cry in public, as we are told. They would do that in private. And the gallant men and women of the Ghana Armed Forces will do their best at every single opportunity to be able to celebrate one of their own. Wing Commander Anala was one of their own. Now Flight Lieutenant Ampedu was one of their own. And Flight Sergeant Ernest Adomensa was one of their own. So they've come all out. And you can see the Air Force heavily represented Portia on this very day. You can see the Army also represented on this good day. And it's a tri-service, if you will. Everybody is there out there to eulogize and to mourn with the bereaved families. It's really, really a sad day, if you ask me. Really a sad day.
Very sad day. And tragic events like this could even make a person of faith question their faith and their existence and ask yourself that, what is life all about? But that's where you take solace in your faith at this time, no matter how difficult and how trying it is. Like the Apostle Brigadier General Kumiwu did say, there's life beyond the grave, and we're waiting for the day of resurrection.
There's life indeed beyond. I'm getting a lot of messages. I slipped and said that Flight Sergeant is equivalent to W, and I'm getting a lot of messages from my friends who are serving. I've since corrected that to say that it is actually a Staff Sergeant. So let me rest so that we can go. Let's go back to the Independence Square where Alfred and Akufio can
as we're seeing
stand
with these 8 that we have lost, that will be their final resting place. And we're going to continue speaking to people who have had one encounter or the other with these persons that we have lost. Kemini, you have the former national chairman of the NDC, Dr. Samuel Ofusampofo.
Absolutely. Honorable, first, one of the things you come here, this is what you're here to do, to bid farewell to your comrades. But then it hits you when the casket starts to leave. Talk to us about that moment when you knew, well, this was it.
Yeah. My worst fears were confirmed that at long last, what I thought was a dream, what I thought was a rumor, what I thought was not true, has indeed become a reality. And our fallen comrades, I saw their caskets draped in the national colors being moved to the cemetery. I asked myself, what is life all about? Because these are people whom I have encountered for so many years. For almost 30 years, I have known Alhaji Limuna Muniru. I have known Dr. Sapon for over 25 years. When I was a local government minister, he was my KMA chief executive at Kumasi. And it was through his instrumentality that the KGTM market complex was started. The first day that His Excellency, the President, the late JEMS asked us to lead a team, it was through his instrumentality that the KGTM market complex was. My mentee, he came to see me in 2018 when I became national chairman of the party, that he admires my politics and so I should mentor him. And I have mentored him. In 2020, I went and launched his campaign at Obuasi East. It was the first time that I saw a member of parliament with a full manifesto, which had been printed in a booklet. And I launched that manifesto as well and asked people even to use it as a model so that when they win power, they will know the direction that they are taking their constituency. Dr. Manu Buama, during the CJA time, I was the national organizer of the party by that time. Together with Comrade Kwasi Pratt, a veteran at Tuahoy, and I was from Reform. I was from Reform Party. Ramadan and Muna were from the PNC, and then Omanu Buama had just had some challenges from the Kufu administration about Get Fund, and there were some banter, and they tried to come at him. So it was a good time for us to poach him, and so Comrade Kwasi Pratt and others brought him in. And the first press conference of CJA was organized. It was Omanu Buama who read the tribute. I must say that as national organizer, it was Omanu Buama who created the opportunity for me to enter the University of Ghana Medical School to start the formation of NDC at Korle Bu Medical School. which has brought a lot of doctors into the fold of the party now. And so we worked with him in 2016. He was the campaign manager. I was our election director. And subsequently, he became election director, IT director. And then we have worked closely until this sudden tragic event took place. Only last 2 weeks, there was an orientation for ministers, government appointees, and advisors and staffers at the presidency. He took us through communication, political communication. And after his presentation, when he was asked, does anybody have a question? There was no question because he actually delivered. And after the delivery, everybody was satisfied with him. The next 2 days, he organized a similar one for CEOs and their deputies. So I can say that for the last 2 weeks, Amanu Boma came into contact with almost